V is very, very extraordinary. You know what? Dating is hard. But it's even harder not to eat your Pringles when you have it in front of you, okay? So, you're not late. You're not early. You just want it so bad that it feels like a struggle when you're not finding right men. And even if you will say that, I don't want, it's not that I'm dying for it. Girl, we all know, we all want this good gentleman that will appear in our life and make it easier. But let me tell you, there is no right or wrong man. Yep, unpopular opinion. It's more of like what you would like and what you wouldn't like. Let me tell you, everyone you've met had a purpose in your life. Every man you've dated or had situationship with, or you've been married, I don't know, it doesn't matter. They all had purpose, even if they traumatized you. I can guarantee you they all had mission. And probably you're aware of this. Like, for example, the men that traumatized you by being so stupid in your life had a mission. And if not all these men that we've met before, we wouldn't be who we are today. So let's thank them and let's move on. Weirdest thing that I realized is that more damaged people you have relationship with, the more aware you become. Like, the more the damage, the bigger the awareness after. Post-relationship clarity, you know, it hits hardest. And yeah, I'm thankful to the most damaged people the most, because they caused the biggest awakenings in me. And all of it kind of hires all your standards. And even though it makes it harder to date, believe me, there's higher purpose to it. Your standards are high and you're aware, girly, for a reason. Because you deserve better. Even if you think that it is far away and you don't know where to find it, girl, you need to watch this video till the end. I'm gonna pour a lot of facts and solutions. So keep watching. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel for me in order to continue making these videos. I think you can have awakening in a lot of topics in your life. You know, it's not only spiritual, but it starts with spiritual, and then you become aware of so many things in your life and you want to change so many things. And one of them is awakening in dating life. There's a point where you met this man and this guy literally fueled your awakening. That is what fuels awakening. And now let me tell you what awakening fuels: your dating life. And even though it might seem like it's hard, and you might have a question, what if I never meet someone I deserve and someone I would like to be with? You know, what ifs ruin our life. And every time you put your energy into that thought, it becomes harder and harder to be in a dating pool. Not that it wasn't already. So what I like to do is to just let go of the control. You cannot control it. Even people who have low standards and low self-awareness, even they are not aware of what's going to happen in the future, or where they're going to find the right man for them, you know, or right partner. They also do not have access to that information, and neither did you when you had lower standards. But we all struggle. It doesn't matter what kind of level of awareness you have. Everyone struggles with that because everybody wants the second half. But nobody's thinking you cannot stop someone from coming into your life if there's anything that you need to kind of learn. Because men you've dated before, you also didn't have information about them prior. Like, you didn't know where you were gonna find them, but they find you. You know, they find you one day. And that is exactly the same with the right men as well. The men you want, men you think you're deserving of. This man is also gonna come at exactly right timing. But before, here's what I like to apply into my life. So I started thinking about what is the difference between me and my past self that dated loser men. let's think. Someone who has intentions for dating is also someone who pays attention to herself the most, who puts herself first. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not going to be desperate for dating. Even though I really want to, I don't date to date. And that is my power. Now it's so intentional. Pool is becoming smaller and smaller. But you would not consider it as hard if you're really putting your focus inwards, not outwards. If you really wish and if it is your desire to have a right man in your life, then you have even more resistance to creating this for you. The stronger the desire towards something, the greater the resistance. And that is the law. Because you have more resistance to what if, you know? Like, what if I can't find? Where can I find them? Where are these men? Like, because you've experienced, like, let's say, wrong men in your life, it feels like all of them are wrong. But that is just your experience, and you are not your experience. And your experience doesn't define what is out there. Have you thought, why did you have these experiences? Maybe because you had to learn something, not that everyone is like this. Even if you have no one around you who have really positive dating life, you know, it doesn't tell you anything. You need to compare yourself to yourself. But in your old patterns and new patterns that you want to shift to, what are the differences? What was she doing that you're not doing anymore, or what you don't want to do anymore? Those are the only metrics that you can use in order to really find out like how you're gonna find someone you deserve. So first thing I applied in my life was that I had exact description of the men I would love to have in my life and to be with forever. And I also wrote down all the same things about myself. Like, were they all matching? No. Subconsciously, you might find out that you don't actually feel like you deserve the kind of man you want. That was mind-blowing for me. I'm telling you, when I found out that I actually didn't feel like I was deserving the man I wanted, it wasn't easy. Because I'm gonna overshare right now, but to be totally honest with you, I never thought that the man I really want, and I have this image of him in my mind, I don't think this type of man would like someone who is not physically active and overweight. Even though I love myself as I am, and I don't have any problems with plus size people, because I've been one of them for a long time, I still didn't feel like the man I want in my life would want the kind of woman I was, you know? But it's everything is subjective. It might not even be real, but whatever you believe, that is exactly what comes to you. That's the experience you experience. Whatever you believe is what you see outside in the world. And I decided to work on myself. I became physically active. But the key is not to start changing yourself because of someone else. I realized that the answer in this is that I'm not going to change because of someone I want to attract, but because I want to be aligned with the person that I want to attract. Does it make sense? It's like it comes from me. Does this make sense? Because your focus matters. Your focus point matters. Even though I found out that I didn't feel like I was deserving of this man that I want, I still didn't start to be physically active every single day because I wanted that man. You know, that is outwards. It's like outside. That is fragile. Like, I want something based on very fundamental, and it is myself. I'm always here. I'm always with me till the end of time. This is me who is with me all the time. And it is me who I'm doing this for. Not because of some men, you know? And when you focus solely on yourself, then everything starts to change. You know why? If you will think about someone while you're changing something in yourself, it means that it could be temporary, because others are not temporary in your life. Even if you get married to them, you are permanent in your life. And that is what you need to think of first. So if I will think about some men, okay, let's make sense of it. Like, if I will think about some men while I'm getting like thinner and fitter, and one day he's like, okay, I really want to take you out and I want to date you. And one day this might end. What happens then? Do I stop being fit and motivated because I was doing this for this man? No, I should do it for myself in order to be aligned with the energies I want to attract. I should be in the constant flow, and I should be inspired by myself, not somebody else, because somebody else is temporary, even if you want it or not. Doesn't mean that divorce or breakup is guaranteed. No, you might end up being with this person forever, but it's still not as constant as when you do something for yourself, because you might get too comfortable with this man. You still end up stopping your active lifestyle, whatever, and this still might fall apart, because your belief when you got with this person was that, yeah, he wanted you because you were fit. But now that you're not anymore, he doesn't want you. And this might happen because whatever happens inside happens in your reality. So that is why you need constant source of inspiration and motivation. And that should be yourself. That is the healthiest when it comes from you, not from somebody else. And instead of finding the one, become the version of you that you feel the safest with and worthy of receiving the safe love. So yeah, you need to create safety within yourself first in order to find it outside as well. Uncertainty will be definitely projected outside in the world that is around you. Also, one of the key components in this topic is to observe how you receive. How do you feel when you receive? I was really not comfortable with receiving for a long time. I was like, okay, I can do it myself. No, I don't need help. Even receiving help, receiving gifts, I'm like, oh my god, do I deserve this? Like, that was my first feeling when I got gifts in the past. I'm not like that anymore. I felt really like uncomfortable because I was not really, oh my god, how did I say it? I was not used to getting gifts, so that was really uncomfortable for me. But us as ladies, we should be able to receive in order to have healthy love, because masculine men, this gentleman that is in his healthy masculine, is someone who is craving something opposite. You know, opposites attract, right? So you need to work on receiving in a healthy way, not being obsessed with it, but you should be able to gracefully take the help, take the gifts, and receive in general. By the way, I will leave the link down below where you can find my guide to healing your feminine. And by the way, there's a lot of helpful tips and actionable steps. It is free to download, so visit the link down below to get the PDF. What was I saying? Next reminder I really want to put in this video is that not to date when you want it the most. Because you know what? When you're the hungriest, when you go to the restaurant, that is when you might get the worst meal, because you're so hungry, your brain is not really functioning that well. Make sure you're not really, really hungry for dating when you're dating. And that is why I talked about all the points before, to work on yourself first and be obsessed with yourself first. So after that, it becomes easier to date, because you only choose people who really deserve you, not someone who is there for the sake of dating, just to date. You know, you don't do that, girl. We don't do that here. And last but not least, let the universe do its thing, okay? You're the most powerful as a woman when you trust. You're hearing it right. If you don't trust God and universe, what are you even doing? There are higher powers all over you and within you that you need to tap into in order to get everything you want, not only in dating life, but in general. Thank you so much for being here, and I would love to hear your opinions as well about this topic and get in conversation with you. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.